All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 25 of Unfiltered. I'm your host, ChanManV, and dang it, Steven, you moved again. Today we got a great show with our guest here, Adebisi, and we're gonna be talking about WCS. Gonna be talking about some Heroes of the Storm. A little bit of DMCA issue with the whole One Garry thing with TB. Also going to follow it up with a little bit of Hearthstone, and then another check to see if Destiny's back with StarCraft 2 again, given that he's been playing so much StarCraft lately. And then we'll end things off with, I'll give you some info on just my giveaway that I'm going to be doing, my ChanManV Fall giveaway. And then questions from you guys, the viewers. Go ahead and post them in the Reddit thread, just like usual, guys. Nothing new here. And, we'll take questions from there at the end of the show. But each and every week, my buddy, my co-host right here, Steven, Destiny, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
God, you're... Alright, I'm gonna have to fix your window.
What the fuck? Well, you're the one that, zoomed it in, sometimes, man. Will you chill out?
Gosh. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix this camera real quick. Hold on a second. And then our guest, Adebisi, what's going on, Mike? It's always good to have you on.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm just finishing a Hearthstone game, so
Whoops.
That's about it. That's what's new with me right now.
Finishing Hearthstone. Hearthstone, good stuff, man. Good stuff. You liking running into my Beast deck? I think everybody's playing my Beast deck now.
You've changed the meta.
Oh, God. Seriously, right? No, but let's kick things off with some WCS talk while I'm doing this. So, WCS NA finals were this weekend. Did you guys catch it by chance? Should I even ask, Steven? Did you catch it by chance?
I caught all of it, dude. It was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. Well, it was kind of heartbreaking in some sense. But if for those of you who didn't watch it, or spoiler alert, I'll give you 1 second to flip over if you don't want to know who won.
Sex. Huh?
Colt won.
Basically, what happened was the epic finals of Jaedong versus Bolt didn't happen because some scrub-ass fuck, you may have heard of him, called Yul, decided to cheat Jaedong fucking 5 games in a row so that he could go on to get his ass spanked in an embarrassing fashion by Bolt, Master Terran Race. I think that's what happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, he went for a lot of early pools. I don't know if it's that cheesy, but...
Oh yeah, it was cheesy.
It was cheesy? Well, okay.
How did JD the real
cheesy.
Question is, how did JD lose to that scrub who has he's got a 90% win rate, CBZ? And he gets
Beal's been really good for a long time, so he just always chokes or something, so...
Well, I mean,
he choked on Colt's dick in the finals, that's for sure. Too bad he couldn't choke a little bit earlier so that we could have got the real finals that everybody was waiting for.
There were some good games in the finals. Come on, man. Game 3? It wasn't Game 3? Yeah, it was Game 3, right?
It was game 4 in the finals, the one that
4.
everyone's definitely chit-chatting about the most.
Yeah, good old 3-3 Marines for the comeback, like usual. Pretty standard, but yeah, Beal, I think the storyline, the Jaedong storyline and the Jaedong poll, like you mentioned, Steven, it probably was the thing that everybody was wanting and hoping for, so when that happened, I don't know, what did you think, Mike, or Adebisi, whenever that happened? I mean, did you think pretty much the air was pretty much taken out at that point, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was the whole kind of round of 16 onwards. It was kind of like watching the round of 16 when Scarlet lost. It was the place turned into a funeral, and then the same kind of thing happened with with Huck. So I felt like the whole momentum was kind of not there too much. And personally, I kind of I want to see Jaedong win a really big tournament, but I want to see him win with a big crowd and stuff. So I'm kind of happy he lost. I'd like to see him win at Toronto or win at BlizzCon, because it just wouldn't feel right to see Jaedong win his first major event, and it's not the stiffest competition, and it's not. So I mean,
yeah, he didn't look. I don't know. For me, he didn't look as good.
Hopefully not at Toronto though, because everybody's going to be at that Barcraft instead of the actual tournament. So.
Oh my god. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That Barcraft's going to be huge, man.
Yeah, man, 800 people.
No, but Jaedong didn't look quite as good as he did at the last one, in my opinion. Especially losing the Beal with those cheesy tactics, as I think a lot of people were saying. But yeah, so NESL, I think overall, I kind of think they got unlucky with just the entire, just how the players, just the players that made it.
I don't know. I don't like.
I know you don't.
I mean, I guess you could compare it like IEM. They got lucky with Naniwa doing so well,
Absolutely.
but like, I think at the end of the day, you can't like be relying on games, and you have to, you know, like there. It was like Buell versus Jaedong. Like Buell was playing well, and like he was out microing Jaedong, and it was like they still weren't really. It's like as soon as it looks like Jaedong might start losing, as like commentators, you need to really like try and get people behind Buell to at least some degree, because like it happens a lot. Like when Naniwa ended up losing at DreamHack Stockholm to Lenok, it was kind of like, oh man, everyone just wanted Naniwa to win, and I think often same at like. I am New York, but like you just can't rely on games. You gotta well,
you can build it up. I don't blame casters for trying to build up a certain angle. Sometimes it is unfair to one of the players, but for the sake of trying to to have the event be as successful as possible, I don't really blame them for doing that. But switching gears whenever the ideal outcomes don't happen is definitely something I think a lot of people could do better. It just seemed, even the casters, right? Even Roddy and Bitter seemed a little depressed after those guys got knocked out. So
remember in the 1984 book when the guy is up and he's talking about how they're at war with like I think it's Eurasia or something, and then in the middle of the sentence the country's at war with somebody else. He changes it. That's how you got to do it, man. That build up, right?
Pretty much.
You know what I'm
talking? That's pretty much what you have to do. Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about the production though. I think Mike or Adebisi, we were talking a little bit about it before we started the show, and I think in general, the actual quality of it seemed a little bit different than the typical NASL. Even just the video or just quality or coloring and stuff. It just seemed a little bit different. I'm not sure why. I'm sure they're using the same equipment and stuff. So, did you get that feel too, or did you not really see that?
What do you mean, like the?
I don't know. It almost felt like, I don't want to say soap opera-y kind of feel to it, but you know what I mean. Like the actual quality of the video was different.
Like those video interviews they were doing.
No, just the casters. Just even the casters.
Just the actual. I mean, I don't know. Like, are you talking about the round of 16 or the round of 8? Because I found like, the stuff they did at their own studio had a very different feel than the stuff at the Red Bull studio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Both. I mean, the stuff in their studio in particular, because we've seen a bunch of stuff from their studio in the past, and I felt like it was a lot. I don't know. It just had a different feel for it. I'm not saying it's necessarily worse or better, but I was just surprised. I was just like, this doesn't feel or look or feel like NASL to me for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I found more not so much just like the technical quality of the broadcast, but like just the whole show didn't feel as much like NASL to me. I mean, I don't know.
What part?
I guess when I think of NASL, I think of stuff like Lauren Elise and Terry the Intern, and all this like really random stuff like Fierce Fitness and all this stuff that's just like, what the hell are they thinking? Whereas these broadcasts are very much kind of cut and dry, like
MLG-ish.
So, yeah, I guess definitely closer to MLG kind of.
Well, they got so much crap for the whole Terry the Intern last time around, right? So do you think it's a byproduct of that?
I mean, honestly, I would imagine it's more byproduct of them having like no time, because they did this all in like a week while they were also doing World of Tanks at the same time, and like I think they've lost some people in terms of like their production staff, and Frodan left, so it's like
Klauf. Damn that Klauf.
Yeah, Klauf killing an ASL. I think I don't know, but it's still pretty crazy what I think they pulled off, because like they were broadcasting both games at once, and like I don't know how big their staff is, but
no, they're definitely working crazy hard over there, and I don't know. They still pulled off. Go ahead, Steven.
Here's like an interesting. Let me rephrase that. Here's my opinion, and I'm curious what you think. I feel like having a tournament shown live when the audience is like less than 15 people. It's really awkward. Does anybody else ever feel that?
I mean, I think
like I would rather hear no
work.
audience than like 12 people going, yeah. You know, does that seem kind of weird?
Yeah, no, I agree. Because there, especially during the round of 16, there were some days where it was like between, I think, 4 and 7 people in the crowd. So it's just like
Yeah.
you can kind of hear each individual person clapping and they all have their own clap. It's not like a
Yeah.
crowd making noise. It's just like a small group of people
Yeah,
making
it's
noise.
like it's like you're practicing music in like your living room and your mom and dad are like clapping for you, and I don't know, like it has this like really weird feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can work. Like, if you think of like certain like TV shows where you know something like a Maury or what, you know, because they might have only like 20, 25 people in the studio there,
ESL.
but it's.
I mean, ESL.
I think it's a lot about acoustics. I mean, I think sometimes with the ESL studio as well, it comes off a little bit awkward and random depending how many people are in the crowd and how they go about clapping and conducting themselves, because I get that feel like when it's just like kind of
sure. Maybe they need to hand out those thunder sticks, so.
Yeah, exactly, like
things, you know?
Or just work in the applause wave files, man, whenever you need some clapping.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that was kind of weird. I mean, at the end too, all those people that you were talking about were standing just over to the side with Polt. You know, when they announced Polt as the winner, right? And
yeah, I don't know. At least
there
they
were 10 people there. So
they've managed to have a trophy this time, so that was an improvement to actually give the winner something.
Yeah. But so let's move on to the Grand Slam, right? The season 3 finals. It's going to take place in Toronto this weekend. And what do you guys think? I mean, the only foreigner that's in the bracket right now is Vortex, and the rest are Korean players. So does Vortex even have a shot? What do you guys think?
I'm cheering for the true American hero, Polt. He's the one that I identify with the most.
I think Vortex could get out of the group stage. I don't know. The groups aren't posted yet. I've got no idea why not. The event's in like 3 days. Like, I imagine there's like every player right now just like getting pretty mad that they don't know who they're playing. But I think he's got a chance to like get it to the bracket, depending who he ends up against.
Well, don't make any super strong predictions there, buddy. Holy shit.
Hey, man. Okay, well, I think he's probably going to lose in the group stage, so there you go, is your prediction.
What do you think he can beat? Well, what do you think Vortex is better than that he could beat when you say it?
Hold on. Let me actually look at the
I brought up the participants here on the Liquipedia page. Just waiting on the groups to be filled here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing very many.
I mean, I think he could beat pretty much
Duck.
any of the Protoss if he plays well. Like, it's possible.
Maybe
it's
like
hard
Hero
to see. Maybe not Hero as much as like MC or Duck Genius.
Yeah.
It's possible. Like, if he goes on a good run.
Yeah, his ZVP is quite good. ZVZ wise, I don't see him beating most of these guys.
Yeah, no, I don't
Any
think
of these
so either.
guys.
I feel like
I
feel like it's quite likely this tournament will be kind of dominated by like Sulky and Jadong. That's who I'm leaning towards doing well.
In general, or just Zerg-wise?
Yeah, I think like those guys, one of them will be in the finals. Like I don't know. I still haven't watched I've only watched part of the GSL finals. So I want to see more of Deer's play, but
no, Deer look good for sure. I don't know. I still think Polt's going to do really well. There's a lot of Protoss, but I don't know. He looked good, and he was supposedly tired this whole weekend, playing pretty well. So I expect big things from him. He's a Longhorn too, so I'm like obligated to root for him.
Well, Blizzard just came out with this little editorial that says Polt's the best player in the world. So
oh boy, it's a setup right there.
Wait,
yeah, man.
What?
You know, like how it's it's Kibbles is like writing like editorial stuff for like the WCS website.
The portal. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he put like a power rank basically.
Let me find this thing. Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Where's his power ranking?
It's pretty brave that he would rate Polt the best player in the world right after he fucking wins a big tournament. Damn, that guy's real smart.
Shit.
Does he make any other crazy controversial statements? Is he going to tell us that Obama's approval rating
Do you
is
really think
low?
think you can make a case for Polt being the best player in the world right now?
Dude, it's fucking StarCraft 2. The spin rule changes every 2 months. I don't think anybody gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, but he's not. I just don't think it's possible to make a case.
Who would you rate above Bolt right now?
Oh,
he's
a
got
lot
Maru
of players
second,
playing in
Deer.
the GSL, like.
He's got Maru second, Deer third.
I don't know. I feel like right now this Grand Slam is kind of going to be setting the pace, but I do think a lot of players who lost out, like I think Bomber is better than Polt. I think.
He's got Naniwa at 7.
Yeah, I don't see how you can put Naniwa that high, but I mean it's an opinion thing. So.
Naniwa at 7, okay, and then he's got Jaedong under Naniwa. Wow, okay.
Did he release the incredibly detailed and well-constructed formula to use to arrive at these power rankings, or are these more like I kind of feel this way, and I'm a blogger, so hear me roar?
Isn't that pretty much what all analysts do these days?
Isn't power ranking, like, infer some kind of formula used to arrive at your conclusions, or can I release power ranking?
What's boldface, guys? What's boldface is 22 consecutive matches across 9 tournaments.
What was that? Oh, nice.
I mean, like, innovation isn't even in this top 10. Like,
who the fuck is innovation? That guy was so 2 months ago.
I know he's not even in the Grand Slam. Like, jeez.
Like the fuck innovation.
That's true. That's true.
What are you gonna talk about?
Well, anyways, that's the Grand Slam should be interesting, and hopefully it being in Toronto. Are you pretty excited about it, Mike? I mean, you're gonna be there, right?
I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun to go down there and check things out. I'm going to be working for GameSpot, doing like basically what Slasher does, so that'll be fun to check it out. I'll get to do whatever I want to do, and
so you'll be reporting scores, basically.
Yeah, I'll be tweeting scores and not interviewing anybody. So I'm really
the interviews come out 2 weeks later, right? That's cool.
Yeah,
dude. It's cool. But all right, let's move on.
Who is this Kibbles guy?
Kibbles? Yeah. Gosh, Kibbles was a caster for IPL. He's the guy that won the caster.
No. He just straight up got hired. It was Robin who won the caster.
Oh, yeah, Robin. Yeah. No, you're right. So Kibbles just got straight up hired. And shortly after, obviously, Blizzard took on a lot of those guys, and Kibbles was one of those guys they took on. So now he's doing some casting for Blizzard, WCS, some of the WCS, I think Challenger he did some of the casting for leading up to it, and he does those recaps, those recap
yeah,
videos.
They kind of rotate who does like the voiceover of like he did the voiceover for that like StarCraft back to school video and stuff that they kept.
Back to school? I don't even remember that. Wow. Okay.
It was like a discount or something. They played it a bunch during different WCS broadcasts.
All right. Cool. All right, moving on though. We're going to talk about another Blizzard product that was announced this week in the form of a Carbot tournament.
Shit.
So it might be something you might want to think about switching to, Steven. So it's like a combination of the two things that kind of work for you right now, The
shittiness of Blizzard combined with the shittiness of MOBA too? Where do I fucking sign up?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. All right, let me find this. Where's that? I thought I had the Carbot video ready here. I'm going to have to find it in a second. But Heroes of the Storm was announced, which is what was once called Blizzard All-Stars. I think that's what really the...
Which was once called Blizzard Dota.
Which was once called Blizzard Dota, yep. And here's that video that came out here. And, I mean, you can't really get much from it. It was just more of a kind of little fun marketing type of thing, lead up to BlizzCon. But, Carbot's always great. It's always a cool thing to do. But what do you guys think? Timing of Blizzard All-Stars. Is anybody surprised that they're kind of releasing tidbits leading up to BlizzCon?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I like this game is already 2 years late, isn't it? Right? So it's like they gotta get. I'm sure it'll be playable at BlizzCon. I'm guessing, I assume. So
yeah.
I'm really curious what it's gonna be like, because I think they've taken so many drastic changes with this. Like originally it was just gonna be a StarCraft map, and then they decided against that, and I think scrapped a ton of work they did on that. And then it's a standalone game, and I heard a lot of stuff about like they took out last hitting entirely, towers have ammo, and all this quite it's like if you were to say that League of Legends is like a casual Dota, like this game is just like almost entirely different in terms of the mechanics. It's like, so I'm curious what it's going to be like. I don't particularly like the name, I guess, but you know.
Well, how about the fact that the acronym is HOTS? Isn't that kind of strange?
It's really bizarre because I thought Blizzard All Stars really like kind of captured what the game is. So I don't get why they changed that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Steven, what do you think of this new game?
I don't know, man. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I checked out the BlizzCon floor layout and just the schedule. There's a whole section that's dedicated towards Hero of the Storm, so I'll definitely be checking out some of that and maybe see what those panels are like. But it looks like there will be a play area that you'll get a chance to play at least a demo of the game.
There has to be, man.
Yeah.
If this thing isn't playable at BlizzCon, like.
Are you gonna be at BlizzCon, Adebisi?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, I'll see you there then. That's cool. That's cool. Steven, you going?
When is it?
When is it? It's first week of November. It's in like 2 weeks or something like that right now.
I don't think I will.
It's in 2 weeks.
Is it?
Oh my lord.
Maybe 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Yeah, it's the 22nd. Man. It's like the 8th, I think. So, yeah, lots of stuff coming up there. But okay, just felt like it'd be good to mention it, given that it was announced earlier. But let's move on to the day One Garry incident. This one Adebisi has a lot of interest in. And what we're referring to, guys, is a video that TB released pertaining to a game developer basically issuing a DMCA for one of his videos, only his review video compared to a lot of other review videos, and then TB kind of responding to it. And you can check it out here, guys. Let me link it to you real quick. Here, let me switch over so I can link it to you guys. And check it out. It's pretty. The video's informative. Steven, I know you had some feelings on it. So, what are your thoughts on this whole?
This is a classic example of Total Biscuit using his leverage on YouTube to bully around an innocent indie dev. I think it's pretty gross, in my personal opinion. What the fuck? Why are you laughing at me?
Are you serious? Are you being serious?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Okay.
You don't think so?
I can't
Those
tell
guys
sometimes.
are just trying to make
You don't
a good
think
game,
that Total Biscuit?
and then they got slandered.
They have all these
and...
indie devs. Do you think the artists, the graphic artists, the voice actors, do you think they wanted to be hit with all this shit? Total Biscuit puts out a slanderous review. They even gave him the game for free. And he fucking slanders the shit out of him and then antagonizes him. Unfucking believable, man. I hope that the company that made that wonderful game, that wonderful indie game, mind you, what does he expect? Does he expect to be like Crysis 4 or Battlefield 5? Like, what is his standards for indie games, man? Maybe Total Biscuit should stick to being the corporate surely is and stay away from our beloved indie games.
Oh my! Are you reading? He's totally reading something at this point. Okay, all right. Enough of the trolling. Okay, so the whole thing about this is, this game comes out. It's gotten a lot of terrible reviews from a lot of reviewers, and obviously, TB is one of the most popular game reviewers on YouTube. And the Day One Garry guys basically singled TB's video out and DMCA, sent a DMCA request through YouTube, and he had to take the video down. But the whole thing about DMCA on YouTube is that you only get a few strikes before your channel on YouTube is completely...
3, motherfucker.
Yeah, 3.
Is this like really true for like a massive channel like Total Biscuit? Because it seems like one of the big issues is that because it's not like even TB took the video down. It's like they take it down. So even with like illegitimate requests, like that seems to kind of be the bigger issue where YouTube just like does blanket things. But I have a hard time believing like this is a strike for TB, and if he has one more, then he's like banned from YouTube for life, right? Like.
All right. Okay. Are we ready?
Ready.
Okay.
I am ready. Yes.
All right. Okay. We're ready. All right. Okay. So the problem with this whole issue is YouTube has a very fucked up way with dealing with copyright stuff, right? Such that it's incredibly damaging to content creators who can get kind of swept up into this whole DMCA nightmare. So for people who don't know, DMCA stands for the Digital Rights Millennium Falcon Act bullshit from Star Wars or some shit. I don't remember what the words are. Basically, it's some way that copyright holders can protect their copyrights by people copying and pasting the shit on YouTube, right? Yeah. The problem with Google is Google has it set up so that their ability to comply with the DMCA is set up in such a way that anybody can go and file a claim and have a video taken down. And YouTube does very little in the way of not automating that process. So it can be abused, and it has been abused in the past. And if your channel gets stricken down due to copyright stuff, you're like in a whole world of buttfuck in trying to get your channel back up. Like there have been a lot of cases in the past where people have lost their channels over kind of bogus or stupid DMCA shit. Like Sega has been guilty of that in the past.
Yeah. Yep.
Nintendo. And you're really fucked. Like if that happens, if you're like a dude who's got like maybe you have like 5,000 subs, which to maybe like world famous Kanye West-esque people like me and ChanManV and maybe even Adebisi isn't a big deal. But to some people, like that's a lot of fucking work to go from being a complete no-name, having 5,000 subs on YouTube. Like that's a lot of work, and you could just lose your channel because you get DMCA'd, and you're like, fuck, because the 3-strike thing is serious. It's not, there is no customer support that talks to you and is like, hey, like somebody DMCA'd. It's just like the system is like, hey, you got 3 strikes against you, your account is gone, peace. Good luck with the appeal process, because appealing on Google is a pain in the fucking ass.
It is.
Very, very, very difficult to do. And when you get these larger companies that abuse the DMCA system, like I think there should be legal repercussions for it. Like what these guys did, they like somebody, if TotalBiscuit had the money to call a lawyer or something and talk to him, they should be completely fucked up the ass because they're abusing, they're like horribly abusing the DMCA system to try to censor a critique of their game, which is like one of the fucking founding ideas behind fair use is to let people critique your material, you know. So I don't know. I think it was pretty disgusting what the company did.
Yeah, and again, there were many other reviews written about the game on YouTube.
Yeah. It was pretty obvious that this was like the biggest one, and they didn't like what he set up their thing. And even after giving explicit consent to TotalBiscuit to do a review of the game and providing him a free key to do so, they DMCA'd it afterwards because they were unhappy with the review. Like that's pretty fucked up. Like there should be legal action. And the fucked up thing is that YouTube or Google, I think, is supposed to provide some kind of avenue for them to seek legal action against, but they don't do like anything. Like I don't think in the history of all of DMCAs, even illegitimate ones, Google has never pressed charges against a supposed copyright holder for filing an illegitimate DMCA, which again kind of shows a little bit of a flaw in Google's system.
Well, it is a flaw, but I mean, imagine the staff and. I mean, the staff that would be needed to actually have to sift through all these every single day. I'm not even sure it's reasonable to be able to have somebody.
I mean, it's like a balance. Is it reasonable to have? Is it reasonable? I mean, maybe not to you and me, but for some guy that loses his channel because Sega decides they're going to go through and DMC everybody that references like some fucking Shining Force game because they're worried that their SEO is going to be hurt. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, it should be a multi-step process. It shouldn't be just a single, just make that request and it's either gone or it's not, or the request is denied, right? So I think it's a big deal. And like you said, these YouTube channels, people are like, oh, so what if you get like DMCA'd or you get taken down for a day and then you appeal it and that sort of thing. But these appeals take days, sometimes weeks. Guys like TB probably have a really good. Just with his large channel and that kind of thing, he can probably get to just a customer or account representatives really quickly.
Well, it's like,
but a lot of people can't do that. And
like he's with the Game Station. How come the Game Station doesn't like have a?
It's Polaris, man. Polaris.
Oh yeah. They renamed it.
Yeah, Polaris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, why don't they have like a lawyer on retainer and get going, have some fun?
Yeah, I'm sure they are, and I wouldn't be surprised if TV's considering that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, my point was like every day that a channel's down, that's like a lot of revenue for people. Guys like TB and Tusky Lawn, they post videos like 2 or 3 videos a day. So
I could be wrong, but and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Polaris can launch legal action, and I don't think like TotalBiscuit can launch legal action. I think it has to come from Google because the DMCA notice is sent to Google, and everything is like the transaction occurs between the party filing the copyright claim and Google. I don't know if the person is affected by it. I could be wrong on that though. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought it had to have been Google's prerogative to do something about illegitimate DMCA claims. But I could be wrong.
In the end, it's just a request. So in the end, it's Google that makes the decision or not. So it's, I don't know. It's definitely in Google's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think
Google needs to change their policy. That's just how I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Like, I don't really necessarily think it's as big a problem as people make it out to be, just because, like, ultimately game developers that do this stuff are like there's a reason you don't see the Nintendo and Sega videos on YouTube, because those companies are bad and content creators just don't make content for those games. So, and then you've got other companies that are much more transparent about, being able to use their gameplay footage, and it's fine. So
here's the meta question here. Overall, with all this crazy publicity, good or bad, has the day One Garry actually benefited from all this?
That's the game maker?
Yeah, well, the game maker is... I forget who the developer is. I forget. Let me see.
I mean, like, they look like idiots right now, right? Probably. Like, don't they? So...
They look bad, but I'm sure there have been... I was tempted to buy the game to check it out.
Are you serious?
Dude,
are you really going to buy the game?
Videos, watching some videos, that shit looks funny as fuck.
Oh my god.
That thing looks funny as fuck. I almost did it. I mean, I'm sure they're getting way more publicity now than they did before, and then there's the whole no publicity is bad publicity, Or all publicity is good publicity.
Well, the game was bad to begin with. I think everybody was giving it bad reviews, so I guess getting any kind of publicity...
If they're gonna make any future games, they'll have to rebrand. So, but I mean, in regards to this game, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit of a sales bump after everything went down, just because a lot of people who've never heard of it before. If a million people who've never heard of your game hear about it, you're bound to convert some percentage. Of
I mean, it's like
just by
no publicity is bad, right? So.
Yeah, but in the end, it comes down to your product. Your product sucks. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay, well, let's move on. And it's this reoccurring question that we always get. So I might as well bring it up again, since it seemed to be a crazy Reddit fest for you playing so much StarCraft 2, in particular that one day for 12 hours. So I'm going to ask you again, Steven.
Dude, I hate all this, man. You have no idea how much I hate all this.
So you're going to be playing StarCraft 2 full time again?
No, I don't know. I'm just playing for now, okay? I'm waiting for that. Apparently, I have a lot of secret information in regards to the 2014 region lock, according to the people on Reddit. So, like, some
well, shit, dude. It doesn't matter until you can beat Caitlyn, all right? So,
Wow. Dude, I'll fucking
just saying.
Shit. Can we best of 5 show match? I'll put up the money for it. Fuck you.
Best of 5 show match. Okay, hey.
I was getting back in shape. Suck my fucking dick, you piece
You want me to put that together? I can put that together. I can put Caitlyn the best of 5 show match with you.
You came from the wrong Eastern country to talk shit about my StarCraft, motherfucker. I will bury you.
Okay. So how much League of Legends are you playing these days, actually?
I'm working on it, okay? We played 2 games today. I was proud of my progress.
Okay, alright. And then how much StarCraft did you play today?
Not much. I'm tired, dude. I just want to sleep, okay?
Alright. Okay, moving on, guys. Alright, moving on. We're going to move on to some Hearthstone. I know Mike, or Adebisi, was playing some Hearthstone. And didn't get a chance to mention it last week. Whoops, that's the wrong link here. But I didn't get a chance to mention it last week, but Team Liquid has started covering Hearthstone. And and they started with
they're really just hosting. I guess they're kind of covering it.
Well, I mean, covering it from the standpoint of they created a Hearthstone forum.
They're running some tournaments. They did also, I think, just post some trends topic thing. Basically, Monk has been, I think, doing a lot of work at Team Liquid.
Yeah, Monk's been
Hearthstone.
Monk's been doing a lot of things involving Hearthstone, and he's the guy I think that's headed up the TLOpen too, which was this past weekend, and I ended up winning, which was like really really cool and all. But one thing I just want to mention about it is that it was run really really well. Like it was a round of, I think there was a 256 bracket. There were like 150 people I think that actually registered, but having a bracket that's that big, and I don't know, I finished like in 4.5 hours or 5. It was really, really cool. And for those of you that do have the Hearthstone beta keys, you should definitely try and play in these tournaments. They're open to anybody. Anybody can register. and I don't know.
How does it work with the
really
like
great
EU
experience.
NA stuff?
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're alternating. So this past week was NA, and then this coming week is going to be EU, but it's going to be weekly. They're going to have one every single week. And
How do I know like if I'm playing on EU or NA? Like,
oh, I think there's separate keys for each server. It's not. I don't think you can go cross region like it is for like StarCraft.
yeah, I've got no idea what like region I play on. So
Well, you got an NA, right? You have to have an NA.
I don't think so because I think I got my key from like a European Blizzard guy.
Really?
I don't know, man. This is why I'm asking you. I thought you were like a Hearthstone expert, man.
Well, shit, I don't have an EU key either, so there's a difference for sure. You can't, I don't play any EU players right now on the server, so if you got it from an EU,
I feel like I've been matched versus people in North America. Like
who?
Trump.
Oh, Trump's on NA, so you must have an NA key then.
Yeah, but someone's saying keys are worldwide. Keys are regionless.
See, I thought keys were worldwide too, and then I started talking to the TL guys about it, and they said it was EU only. So, and that there was some distinction between that. There has to be some distinction because they didn't start giving out keys to the EU folks until later, right? And
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, there has to be some distinction. I don't know what it is exactly, but
it locks onto your account when you register it.
Oh shit!
Anyway.
Our just started a website for Hearthstone. What do I subscribe?
You didn't know about that?
I do now. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Maybe Tasteless will actually play this.
Oh, Tasteless, dude! I was playing.
He's streaming some Hearthstone.
Dude, he was playing Crypt
nice.
last night. I was on Mumble with Crypt while he was playing Tasteless. It was funny.
Does he play with Artosis, or is this like he actually manages to do this on his own?
Who? Tasteless?
Tasteless, yeah.
Oh my god, you're such a dick.
I always have this vision of like Tasteless,
God.
like Artosis, like walking him around every day, like let's go to the bathroom, and then like he helps him on the toilet, and like did you make sure to wipe anything? And then I'm sorry. Keep going. You guys.
They do plenty of shit like separately at right now, but anyways, yes. I just wanted to bring it up because again, this the tournament was so much fun, and it was my first tournament. I think I've only played like 1 or 2 StarCraft 2 tournaments, and I think they were all Bear Cup, like Megumi Bears tournaments. So I'd never really played any of the TLOpens for StarCraft 2. So this is like kind of my first experience, and it was a good one, man. It was a good one.
I gotta give Team Liquid credit. Like they really know how to like run tournaments. It's always like impressive to me. Because you always hear about like Sivo and all these other like random, tournament hosting guys, and it's like it always seems like a nightmare. But like Team Liquid, like the brackets on the site are like good and concise, and
let me show you guys some of it. Yeah,
they do a good job. So maybe I'll play in the next one.
Yeah, so here are all the players.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. I mean, it was like you just report your scores, and then boom, like it shows you your opponent next, and then it shows you their Battle.net IDs, and you're just like starting games like immediately. It's like really, really sweet. But yeah, guys, so Hearthstone, I love Hearthstone. I'm doing a lot of Hearthstone content right now, and I'm enjoying the game a lot. So last time I talked to you, Adebisi, you weren't playing that much. Are you playing a lot more now or no?
Yeah, I play a bunch, I guess. I don't know.
Look at this guy. He's a closet Hearthstoner, man.
No, I mean I own it. I play it, but not a ton, but enough. I don't know. I'm at a point now where I kind of want to like have a good constructed deck, but I feel like I'd have to spend like a bunch of money and then like craft cards and all that crap. Like,
yeah,
because I just play people in constructed and I'm like, wow, I wish I had that card, but I don't. So.
No, well, you can play Arena and
yeah, no, I like Arena.
Yeah, and that sort of thing. They're pretty separate. Steven, you still haven't played Hearthstone, right?
Nope.
Hanging on for that beta key?
Dude, I offered him a beta key.
I don't want to play that shit, man. I'm busy enough. Fuck. I ain't got time for that casual 30 card per deck bullshit.
Oh, fuck yeah. Alright, so let's move on. We're kind of flying through things
You know what, Nathan will be 3 in a few months. Maybe it'll be appropriate. I'll try to get a beta key.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. I do have to say, my son really loves it.
Yeah, sure. How old is your son?
7. If
there you go. That's perfect.
God, idiot. if you look at my deck list, you can only have 9 decks. Like half of the decks are his decks. He like sneaks in here and plays when I don't even know he's playing. If you ever run into ChanManV like on the ladder and you see some real low level cards being played, that's my son.
Can you watch a video for the stream?
Why?
If I give you one, it's only you only have to watch like a minute. Okay.
Oh boy.
Ready?
Let's see this. Wait.
It's only like a minute. Okay.
Oh god, I'm afraid. All right, let me see this. You're already laughing. It's always bad when you're already laughing.
I'm not. I'm just tired.
Yeah, right.
I have to laugh to stay awake.
Okay, here we go. What is this? Should I have sound on this thing too?
This is totally relevant to the discussion. Yeah, we need sound.
Wait a minute, that card.
What? Alright, watching this. What is this? Oh my god, okay. How old is this video? Okay, it's been months old. How is this relevant?
It's relevant, man. Trust me.
Oh my god.
He's putting together Hearthstone decks, man.
Yeah.
Sherlock,
Alright, enough
Sherlock
of that
doing
shit.
it, dude.
I know, you're so stupid. But okay, guys, that's gonna be the Hearthstone. We're gonna move on to, I just wanted to make an announcement that I'm doing a fall Razer bundle giveaway. I had the summer one like a few months back, and it was a lot of fun, and a lot of people, you know, the one winner actually got a nice Razer bundle, so I figured it'd be good to kind of do these every few months, and we're doing another one now, so if you guys want to, you know, participate, enter in, here's the link again, and yeah, nice little bundle for you guys to win whenever, if you guys want to try for it. But
what
yeah,
if Blizzard came out with a game, some medieval like RPG, and they called it like David the Third, some crazy shit like that, right?
David.
And it abbreviates to D3, and then you find out that Blizzard starts releasing games to cover up for other games that are considered failures with like the same acronyms, so they could like override it in like SEO history and that shit.
That'd be pretty.
How crazy would that be, dude?
That'd be.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm done.
I'm not gonna even comment on it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it is pretty strange that they call it HOTS again.
That's really weird.
I hate to say
that. That's usually a really bad move. I think like most SEO people like
they call it heroes internally, man. Come on. All right.
I'm pretty sure I read a Wikipedia article saying you're not supposed to do that for SEO stuff. Or like it's written in like a WordPress hub file. For optimal SEO, don't name acronyms the same as what you know, like.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
God, you are in such troll mode.
Well, apparently
today.
people were gonna call it, if it was Blizzard All Stars, they'd call it balls, which. But
I wish I could remember.
So
there are some. It was either a football coach in like the NFL, or maybe like a baseball owner or somebody. I don't even remember. But they said something like when you're thinking of a new name for a sports team, you have to think of the most like vulgar, disgruntled fan in a bar at 1 a.m. and you got to think of all the ways that he could like permutate the name of your team and all the messed up things you can say. And, like that's how you choose your team. It's like avoiding that. Does anybody know what quote I'm talking about? I don't even know if that's a real quote, but so do you think that I wonder how much motivation it was to change the name to avoid the balls? Do you think that's even like a thing?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. Let's get some official.
Do you guys remember when World of Warcraft got announced and everyone was like, the acronym is WOW, and like that was a big thing? Like,
I don't remember.
Who cares?
That was back in the 90s. I don't think acronyms were that popular yet. We still read like entire.
No way, because it was like WOW is WOW. That was like the lame catch line where people were like trying to hype it up.
Well, what the hell is Legacy of the Void gonna be? Latvi? Latva?
It's just fucking StarCraft, like, you know. Who cares? Next.
All right. Well, okay, guys.
The final nail in the coffin. What's the acronym for
that? Oh my god. All right, we're going on. We're gonna move on to viewer questions here, and I'm gonna start them early. Might be a short show today, guys, but
Why? What the fuck?
yeah, there's just I don't know. We're just blowing through topics. There could be a lot of questions.
We gotta milk our guests more. Adebisi should be providing us with more entertainment. That's the whole point of having them on, is to extend the hours.
Come
of
on,
the
I know,
show.
man. After the last couple Unfiltered.
Yo, we got breaking news.
Okay, what we got?
We got breaking news. The BlizzCon commentators were announced, guys.
Oh, did I make the cut? Link me the list. Don't spoil
You're
it.
there, big guy. You made it.
Who's it out?
Yes.
You'll be casting
Finally in the big leagues. Oh shit.
Hey, where's the link? Where's the link?
It's on Twitter.
On Twitter, just like twitter.com. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, if you keep looking on there, you'll see it.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
About 250 million tweets in the past 2 hours. I'll check them all. Fuck.
Here, I'll link it. All right.
Who are they? Just tell me who they are. How about that?
All right. So number one, we've got Ben, Mr. Bitter, Nickel.
Okay.
And we've got Rotterdam. And then we've got Nick Tasteless Plot.
All these fresh new faces.
We've got Dan Artosis Stemkowski.
I am definitely looking forward to the variety that these new and innovative characters are going to be the
Sean Apollo Clark. And then we've got Sean Plot, aka Day 9.
Okay. I mean, doesn't surprise me. I mean, Rotterdam was obviously NASL. Day 9
well, I mean,
was there
what's
too.
kind of like surprising is how they kind of took all the pairs. Like Bitterdam is kind of like the premier pair for WCS America, and obviously Tastos for Korea. But then for Europe, they only got poor Apollo, man. So Klars,
he didn't make the cut, man. He didn't make the cut.
I mean, despite probably casting more WCS than anyone,
yeah,
he probably cast the most out of every commentator.
Have we seen Klars at anything outside of ESL?
He did WCS Europe last year, which was done by DreamHack, but otherwise, I mean, he doesn't really freelance that much, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I see him do it much too, but I'm sure he would have gone to this.
But you think he said no? You think he's like, oh no, I'm happy just staying home on vacation, guys.
Well, I think Day 9 can also wear two hats too. He can be a host. They don't really have a host announced, right? So if they need
it's kind of interesting. I mean, well, the other part of the announcement is that ESL is producing it, so it's going to be the ESL production team.
That's good.
Not in-house by Blizzard as they've usually done, but they also said we'll have more details on BlizzCon hosts, translators, analysis, observers, and of course the pros in the weeks to come. So,
do you think they're going to spend half the production money on Smix singing again?
Oh my god. That was a beautiful closing song.
Wasn't that?
There's nothing wrong with Smix singing. She's great at singing, but there is something wrong with her singing to close out "I Am New York" with life awkwardly standing there like.
That was like a Oh, actually, never mind. That would have been really rude to say. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Keep going. Are you gonna be there? They're talking about observers.
Yeah, I'll be going to BlizzCon.
Spoilers, Benny. Spoilers. Yeah. Looks like an analyst. So it looks like I don't know, there might be some...
Well, the thing is, there's only one stream, right? Because they said it's single elimination. So it's like, I remember at BWC last year, it was like, looking back on it, it was kind of fucking stupid. There's like 4 streams and like 12 casters and like... So I really like this whole just like one stream, single elimination, fuck it, it all matters, you know? So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's pretty cool. BlizzCon's going to be, like the event, right? Obviously for WCS, and hopefully it's going to be big. I can't imagine it being anything like TI3 or the
in what way?
championships.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, just because
the venue is a totally different event. How could you compare it? What do you mean?
I'm just saying just the WCS portion of it, right? Because BlizzCon is, you're right.
Okay.
BlizzCon's a completely different type of event. So.
That's a really good point. The small section of BlizzCon dedicated to this tournament, WCS, is probably going to not be the same as the International 3. I would agree with that.
Wait. Well, isn't it like a third of the Blizz? I don't know if someone can like link
it
the
is.
board plan.
It's just like
thing.
the middle.
Like,
it's like the
a
middle
third
section.
of it.
Yeah.
Like if you've been to MLG Anaheim, it's like they get one of the convention center thingies, right? And like BlizzCon gets like 3 or 4, so it's definitely massive. And apparently there will be 2 streams. So the other thing I'm wondering about is they didn't announce like any Korean commentators, and it's like I've noticed there hasn't been any Korean coverage of like the Grand Slam. So, but I would assume they have to like have Korean coverage of this, otherwise that would be like kind of.
Oh,
there's 15
shit.
Korean players there. If there's no Korean coverage of this,
Yeah,
that would be.
What if that? What
tragic.
if that? Oh, yo, this is total tinfoil hat and probably complete bullshit. But what if the reason why they haven't announced that yet is because they're waiting to announce who won out between Gom and the other dudes?
OGN?
OGN, yeah. Because remember that big announcement they made where they said the future was uncertain and which one is going to handle future WCS bullshit? And that big announcement where they didn't say fucking anything and they said it's still up in the air between OGN and.
You're talking about the Q&A?
Yeah. What if the reason why they haven't announced who's casting it yet is because it ties into that?
It's not really casting. Oh, you're just talking about the Korean casting?
Translating
okay.
Well, like producing a Korean stream, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, producing it. That's true.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. What are the two teams? It's OGN and.
OGN and Gom.
It's Gom
and Gom. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe there's always something going on behind the scenes that we all don't know about. So that could be very.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I remember. If like IPL5 is like the most praised tournament, and they brought in Gom to do the English production, so I wonder if Gom had the opportunity to like bid on it or.
I'd love it if they did. They did a fantastic job at IPL5. It'd be pretty awesome if they did. But okay, so anyways, it's gonna be BlizzCon. I'm looking forward to it. It's my first time at BlizzCon, so I kind of wanted to check some other stuff out too. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to schedule things to run to WCS and then run around like to maybe some of the panels and check it out. But
good luck. Make sure you get in on the playable Legacy of the Void beta that they'll have there set up.
Yeah.
How long has Heart of the Swarm been out? Like,
I'm just kidding.
Out, or beta out?
No, like released. When was it released?
It was in March.
Well, it was playable at BlizzCon 3 years ago, wasn't it? Heart of the Swarm? Was it 3 years ago?
I have no clue.
Oh my gosh, it was 3 years ago? Seriously? No way.
Nah,
no way. 3 years ago was like the Rings of Liberty launch.
Yeah.
So.
But because I remember seeing it playable at a BlizzCon, and they skipped the last BlizzCon, didn't they? Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, so it was.
I think 2 years.
2011, maybe.
Time. Yeah,
it had to be if it was.
I remember that was the first time we saw like the Warhound and crap like that, I believe. So, all right, let's move on to viewer questions, guys, and let's see what kind of questions we got today. All right, I didn't actually get a chance to look through any of these, so I'm just gonna glance and see what we got here. Wait, no, this is the wrong threads. I was like looking. This is like the Destiny thread. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, here we go.
And you like to read about me a lot in your free time. You can just ask me though on Skype, man.
Ask you what?
I don't know, whatever it is you're looking at threads to find out about me.
No, this is the one where this is the red thread about you playing for 12 hours at a time.
Oh, okay. It was 16 hours. Here's my recognition, man.
All right, 16 hours. Sorry.
Nice. It was closer to 17, but on that side.
Your numbers were pretty great that day too.